stay there. Okay, welcome back to another cost breakdown video. We've just been in Sicily for a month, pretty much bang on a month.
Yep, left on the 26th, came back to Italy on the 26th.
And it was awesome. We had a really good time on Sicily. Probably one of our favourite places we've been to in the van so far.
Yep.
Just really, really epic. We did a loop around from kind of Messina and Mount Etna anti-clockwise around. We chose to go that way because of Storm Harry. Just before we got there was a huge storm which wiped out the entire south coast, so we went north first of all. It's a super diverse island, from Mount Etna to the mountains in the north to the salt flat in the west to like the beautiful beaches and the Greek ruins in the south. It's really, really awesome.
It was so beautiful. Such a beautiful place.
Excuse me, what are you doing? We will break down these things exactly the same that we did for Italy so that it's consistent across. So for our cost breakdown, we're going to have food, transport, ferries and days out, maintenance, so again things that keep us on the road and the van on the road, fuel, campsites, eating out, Wi-Fi, tolls and cash. Our budget for the month is £1,200. Let's see if we can stick to it a bit better than last month. So first up is food. This is like groceries, things that we buy and eat and cook inside of the van. This month we spent €279.50 on food.
So for transport and days out, so this was our train into Cefalù.
Stuff we did in Cefalù, stuff we did in Trapani, just stuff we did out and about, some archaeological...
So the archaeological sites as well, which weren't necessarily the cheapest, but definitely recommend going to them. That was €111.10.
Up, 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 up. Okay, maintenance. Maintenance is things that just keeps this van on the road and keeps us going. We did have some problem with the fuel system and maybe the injectors, but since we've put fuel additive in and been running on diesel plus, the problem has kind of gone. So we're just hoping it doesn't come back. But this month on maintenance, we've spent €305. This also includes dog food and bits and bobs like that.
Next we have fuel. Luckily with Sicily, it is much smaller than our journey from the UK down to Italy. So we spent a little bit less this month, spending €251.11. We did have to drain some of one of our fuel tanks. I think we had about half a tank in there, so it could have been cheaper.
Campsites. The campsites on Sicily were really, really good. We enjoyed them. Lots of agri-camps, off-grid stays, things like that. We stayed on some out of necessity so that we could visit local towns and cities. And so for campsites this month, we spent €226. And they did range from anything from €25 a night for Cefalù down to €9 or voluntary donations and things. But the campsites were really, really good and definitely worth the money.
Next we have eating out. So we have ate out a lot this month. The food on Sicily has been absolutely amazing, and especially with staying at a lot of like the agri camps. I mean, we couldn't say no to home cooked Sicilian food and local food as well. So for eating out, we spent €310.
Yeah, we were enjoying it. And when you're in Sicily, you've got to go out and eat Sicilian food. So we don't feel guilty about it at all. Okay, Wi-Fi and mobile data. This month we tackled our Wi-Fi and data situation a little bit differently. We bought a local SIM card from a shopping centre, and that's kind of seen us through really. So this month on Wi-Fi, we've spent €53.50. So pretty good. I think local SIM cards are the way forward if you're in a country long enough for it to be valid. If you're only there for a few weeks, it's probably better off getting an eSIM. But if you're there for a whole month, definitely go for the local SIM card.
We were very lucky. We got gifted a free router from Gustav and Emmy, our friends, which meant that cut down on cost. But the reason that we've kind of gone for that setup now is because of the security cameras. We need Wi-Fi in the van at all time for them to kind of work properly. So that's another reason why we've gone for the local SIMs rather than just eSIMs. So much cheaper.
So much cheaper. Tolls. There's not many tolls on Sicily. There's kind of two main ones between Messina and Catania and Messina and Palermo, and everything else is untolled. So we actually only spent €5 on tolls.
So cash is king on Sicily, and it was on Italy as well. We spent quite a lot of cash, mainly for campsites, and a lot of the campsites as well, you would have a little cart going round with fruit and veg and bread and
cheese, mozzarella.
And then we'd have, yeah, little knickknacks and stuff as well. So in cash, we spent approximately €100.
Like we paid for a lot of things in cash that are part of the other categories. This is just cash that's like, you just spend on random stuff.
So that brings our total to €1,591.10, which is a little bit over budget. Not as much as last month.
And we had a good time.
Yeah.
The other thing to add in, I suppose, is we've now got our window. So the window is completely fixed. You would have seen in the video before. But that was quite expensive. So that is our total for traveling around Europe as if we didn't have a dodgy window. But we also have to add on top of that €350-ish for the window, the postage, the customs fees and the collection. But that window is now closed. That window is now fitted. So yeah, it's just an extra thing we had to think about. So we are massively over. But if we just look at it for driving around Europe, we're just on, I'd say, just on.
Yeah, and I do think our budget, the kind of £1,200, is based on when we've been travelling before, especially around Spain and Portugal. We didn't go out to eat very much at all. We parked in free spots every single night.
We were roughing it a bit more. This time we're in a bit more luxury.
Yeah, but overall, we're still, yes, we're over budget, but we're still within our maximum budget of kind of what we could spend on this trip.
She just did a fart. She just did a fart.
Did you think you fart?
We're going to give Sicily a rating. We did this with Italy, and I think it was a lot lower than we originally thought it would be, because Italy just wasn't all it was cracked up to be, I think. And even since then, we've heard more and more stories about more and more people and free spots, paid spots, safety, fuel stations, value for money, people, the driving and parking, food, and then an overall rating.
So to start us off, we are going to talk about the free spots. We have given this a 9 out of 10. We did stay on maybe half and half free spots compared to campsites for the whole month. There were some beautiful ones by the beaches and the mountains. The locals were quite receptive towards people staying there. Yeah, pretty good.
And then paid spots. We stayed on about half and half paid spots, and the ones we stayed at were awesome. Like we said before, loads of off-grid, in the middle of nowhere, on someone's like vineyard or olive grove, and it was like €9 or €10 or €15. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Value for money, like everything about the spots was brilliant. You might get like a toilet or a composting toilet or a shower or this, that, but normally it was all included in the price. It was quite rare that you had to pay extra for this and that and that. And if you did, things like the showers were pretty cheap. It was like 20 cents for a few minutes or 50 cents for 5 minutes. So pretty good.
I think we would definitely recommend more of your agri camps or your eco villages. It's more our type of thing. And you get food and wine as well. Safety. So a stark contrast from Italy, where we felt that we were very unsafe at points. As soon as we got over the ferry to Sicily, it felt different. It felt safer. It felt more like a sense of community. We were never parked up anywhere that we felt that we needed to move on from or that we weren't welcome. So for safety, we are giving it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I think contrary to popular belief with like the mafia and all this, like it's really not a thing. It's like Sicily was so calm, so safe.
Corleone, which is just like thought of as this big mafia hotspot back in the day. I mean, it's one of the safest places on Sicily or in Italy for that matter.
There's much more of like an anti-mafia movement where people there don't want to be like associated or remembered because of this one thing. Okay, fuel stations. We give fuel stations an 8 out of 10. They're everywhere. There's loads of different types. They have fuel.
Value for money, so we have gone for an 8 out of 10. It is definitely cheaper than the UK. We had some amazing dinners out.
Stop eating grass. Go
In the
on,
van.
get up, get up.
We had some amazing dinners out for super cheap compared to what you would get in the UK.
The people, Sicilian people, are probably the nicest people in the entire world. So generous, they'll go above and beyond for you even though you're a total stranger. Hospitality's crazy, the generosity, it's awesome. Nicest people in Europe, I think, so far.
So
driving and the parking, I think we gave this a 3 for Italy. Sicily is a different beast altogether. As soon as we got off the ferry, it's just chaos. Every car has a dent and a scratch in it. They drive so fast. We described it as like kamikaze driving.
And in parking, you're, especially in the cities and the towns, they're parked 3 abreast, hazards on, having to squeeze around them in the middle of the road.
And the roads themselves are really small and narrow, and everyone has a balcony that's about 2.7 meters high. So anytime you go through a town, you're like ducking down, trying not to hit the top of the van on things. But
so last of all, we have food. So the food on Sicily was great. We went out to eat,
so many times.
So many
That's why our
times.
food budget was so high.
Sicilian cooking.
Even
very
just like
good.
people, some guy like at a campsite, someone just come and give you an orange or a lemon, and it's just the freshest, biggest, juiciest orange or lemon you've ever tried.
So we are giving it a 10 out of 10.
In terms of like mainly focused on van life, but also if you're going in a car or on holiday, we're giving this a 9 out of 10 because I think 10 out of 10 has got to be reserved for the top country where everything is perfect. But Sicily, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. We'd definitely recommend it. We'll definitely go back. And if you are, maybe take the ferry from the north of Italy rather than driving all the way down through Italy. Just skip Italy altogether and go to Sicily. We're now in Greece. We plan to spend a month in Greece and drive north through Albania, Montenegro, Bosnia, and back into Central/Western Europe. Follow along for the ride.